Happy Monday fun day, everybody. Good morning. I'm on my way to work this morning. I thought I'd talk to you guys really quick. So I want to talk to you guys about the raids that were done on the Mississippi food processing plant last week, because it happened in in the area of my hometown and around the area. Because in rural Mississippi, in some parts of rural Mississippi, the food processing plants, which are really, we call them chicken plants, they process chicken. They are predominantly the employers of most of the people who live in the rural areas, who stay in the area, who don't go outside the area to work. Like me, I live there. I could have worked there, but I couldn't hack it. I tried it. It didn't work for me, so I said I got to go to college. So I left home and I went to college, and I stayed in the capital of my city, which is Jackson. I stayed here so I could get a decent job, a job working in the office behind a desk, because I couldn't work in a plant. That just was not me. I didn't want to do it. I didn't like it. It was hard work. I didn't see a reason to do it if I could do better, right? Or not do better, but because I don't want to say those people working in those plants are not, or I don't want to look down on them or say anything bad about them. I'm just saying that's just where they are. That's just their job. But I couldn't do that job. I just knew that I had to find a easier job. Okay, so my sister called me around 8:30 that morning and said that ICE had raided her plant and they sent them home. And so she said what happened was she saw the Hispanic people running off the line, but she thought that it was a fight. There was a fight or something somewhere. And another coworker came up to her and told her, "We have to go. ICE is here." So what ICE did was they checked all their IDs to make sure that they were legal, and they told the American people to leave the premises. And so she said that she had seen people, Hispanic people, running into the coolers to try to hide. They were running into the box storage areas trying to hide, but of course ICE found them because ICE had completely surrounded the plant, and they were also down the streets, blocking off the streets that led away from the plant. And they placed them in buses and they shipped them off. There were kids in school. As you guys probably have heard, there were kids in school. It was the second day of school that day, and there were kids that were left at school that whose parents were taken. Now, some neighbors took some kids in, I guess because the parents trusted the neighbors. Others were sent to a gym that a guy in the area opened up for the kids. So the schools had prepared for the kids' safety. They told people, bus drivers, do not let a kid off if there's no one there to get that kid. So they really kept the kids safe. So that's a good thing. I will say this. I do not believe that they should be here illegal. I believe that you should be legal if you're living in this country. That's our law. I'm a Christian. I believe in following the laws of the land. But I do understand that refugees is different. There are refugees that come from Africa and come from the Middle East into Europe because they're fleeing from corrupt governments. This is the same thing with the people that are coming from the South American countries. They're fleeing corrupt governments. If you have a government who's corrupt, and if you have a law, if your law, your police is corrupt, who are you going to run to for help? No one. So what do? You flee. And where are they going to flee? They're going to flee to America, because America is the closest country that is wealthy to them. So that's where they're going. They're going to America, where they feel like there are good jobs, where they feel like it's safety. This is where they're going to go. I mean, it's just how the human mind works, people. Europe and America are pretty much the two safe countries on this earth. And everybody's going to run there because we are safe. And because there's freedom, because our governments are not corrupt. Not corrupt as their governments, I would say. So that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna happen. So I do think that now I will say that if you are a Mexican person and you are over here and you are over here just to make money and send it back home, and then you're going to go back and retire over there and live over there in a ranch, which I know some people have done, If you're going to do that, no, you need to be legal. If you're over here in America for that reason, you need to be legal. But I also say that I also don't think we should just put the fault solely on the undocumented people. We also should put the fault on the people, the companies that are hiring them. These companies should be held accountable, and they're not being held accountable. You are talking about the legal people and putting them and just really destroying their character. But you're not talking about these plants that are hiring them to work, usually for lesser wages than Americans would work. My sister told me that the Hispanic people normally do the jobs that the American people don't want, and the jobs that would causes your hands and your arms to hurt. And if you do them over a long length of time, like for years, you can end up having to have surgery on your arms or in your hands. So they should be held accountable too. It's not fair that we demonize the undocumented people, but we don't demonize the companies that are hiring them. That is unfair. And I feel like this situation is going to continue to happen if they don't do something to these companies. And my question is, why are they not holding these companies accountable? That's my question. So I do understand, though, if I do not blame the South American people from coming up here to America, because if I was in that situation, I probably would do the same thing, for real. Because I'm not thinking about I'm breaking the law. I'm thinking about I'm trying to get me and my kids to safety. I'm trying to get us to safety. I'm trying to get us away from gangs. I'm trying to get us away from death. And do you think these people are really going to come over here and risk their lives like that? Y'all, the situation has to be really, really bad, okay? So I just want you guys just to pray for the people down in those countries, and pray for America, pray for our government, because I really think, yes, you have to deal with the immigration, you have to deal with this issue, but I think there's a better way for them to deal with it. I think there's a more heartfelt way to deal with this situation, and I just think that if everybody flows in God, the whole situation will work. The Bible talks about if there are people in your country from other countries, you should treat them with respect and you should love them. That's what the Bible says. So regardless of why they're coming over here and or whatever, we should treat them with respect and treat them like human beings. There was a way they could have handled this whole situation, but I look at the fact that if you've never been poor and if you've been rich and wealthy, which a lot of the people in this administration are, your whole life, you have no empathy because you have no place to pull that empathy from. So just pray for our country, and pray for South America, pray for Mexico, pray for everybody. It's really fun to me, though, how America can go down to Mexico and employ those people for nothing and exploit those people. But then when they want to try to come to America, you want to say, no, you can't come here. But you come to my country and you exploit us. You come to my country and you dump your chemicals that could kill us over here because you don't want any in your country. But if I try to come over there, you want to say that I'm bad. You want to demonize me. Just saying. So just pray, people. Y'all have a blessed and a awesome Monday. Talk to you guys later.